Hello and welcome to Victory or Valhalla, where we are racing for our own Aston Martin Valhalla concept. I'm excited to get behind the wheel of this car. This is a recommended PR event, which means you don't have to buy upgrades if you don't want to, just if you need to. Now, one problem. You can tell already, I had a glitch. There's no sound for the first race, so I'm sorry about that. But stay tuned, all the other races will have sound. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm doing. This is an average speed race, and I do not want to finish any higher than I really have to, because that's how you keep recommended PR events cheaper, is you find a way to not win every single race. It's tempting in the stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3 to win all these races and, do really, really good, but that's just going to make it really hard for stage 4 and 5. So what I'm doing here, you can't just sit still because it's an average speed race. So I'm going backwards for a while here. I'm going to turn around right away and drive forwards. And that's just going to allow everyone to get a distance away from me. So I'll spin around here in a little bit. And then I'll just drive forward. And one thing I'm finding with this car is it's awesome. The handling of this car is just insane. This is supposed to be a street-friendly version of the Valkyrie. My goodness, this thing feels better than an awful lot of cars in Real Racing 3 with no upgrades on it so far. That corner there, I'm sure I can take that full throttle already. I just had someone in my way. So I'm really impressed with this car. This is a fabulous car. If you have to buy upgrades for this car, you won't regret it. It's an awesome car. Oops, I got a little bit off track there. And warning, some of the driving I'll be doing will be not proper. I'll be going off track sometimes, but also I'll probably do some driving that will be very hard for a lot of people. You might not be able to copy everything I do, but bear with me. By the way, other things I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using drive reviews sometimes, something I don't do a lot of, but I'm going to use drive reviews for some of this. Okay, so let's just skip ahead for the rest of this because you can see it's going to take a while. Let's just fast forward this. Also, it's kind of funny to watch this thing going at 4 times regular speed. It feels like I'm in the McLaren MP4X. Well, it wouldn't be this fast, but that's a pretty stinking fast car. Or the Porsche 919 Hybrid Evo. You're going to see here that I do start catching up to traffic, and I decided that I'm not really too worried about it. I'm not going to, drag it out too much. I don't mind. I just want to finish in the bottom 8 or 10 positions. There you go. That's perfectly fine. Let's get on with this. I'll definitely keep showing you my earnings for all these races, and then we'll just keep the action going. So for this race, you will definitely hear what's going on. And yeah, I'm doing it unserviced with no upgrades. In drive review. Doing it unserviced without any upgrades shouldn't be very difficult. That was close. Drive review could be difficult because I don't usually do this kind of thing. So this race, don't have a lot of options. If you pass a car and then let it pass you back and then pass it again, that does not count as 2 overtakes. So you need to have 13 unique overtakes, which means they will force you to finish further up in this race than what you necessarily want to do. So 2 things you could do. You could try to drag the race out really long. Just not past the last car. I'm pretty sure I've got to cross the start-finish line though. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'll pass all the cars, and then, I don't know, maybe I can give some positions back. I don't want to mess around with this too much, but this is pretty interesting. I usually don't drive this way. I have a lot of trouble with drive review. I know a lot of people say, well, you need to do that because that's the real racing experience, and I understand that, but something about it just doesn't feel as real to me compared to being in an actual car. But I'm never sitting there strapped into a suit. Boy, I'm never strapped into a seat with a 4-point seatbelt on me where you can't move your head because of the head restraints. So I don't know, maybe it is realistic, maybe it isn't. All I know is that most top drivers either use chase view or bonnet view. Very few top drivers use pilot view like this, but it is kind of cool. Having a little bit of fun there, smashing people around. I'm already in 11th place, and I still have another whole lap to go. It's not going to be difficult. There's the 12th place car. So I'll see how quickly I can catch up to the 13th place car. I think what I should do is drag the race out a little bit. Let's see here. So there he is. I don't want to finish the race too early because they're forcing me to finish in second position. Yeah, so I'm just going to drag it out a little bit here, have some fun, smashing this Beamer around. You got to be careful you don't get overtaken by someone behind you, because then if they overtake that car, let's rearrange his face a little bit. I should say his bumper, not his face. That's not a face. Oh my, we have glass flying, so I took out his rear window, and so on and so on and so on. Let's throw the fast forward on here. I'm just doing that for your sake, so I'm smashing this guy around a little bit, but kind of gets boring. I'll pull out a fast forward right when I go to finish the race, which is now. Giving this guy a giant pit maneuver, and yeah, let's just end it. So there we go, pretty close to the start-finish line. Not a big deal, honestly. And I'll let you see all my earnings screens here. Not very long, but there you go. Getting on to the next one, 1 minute and 16 seconds. I tried throwing my car sideways right before the start-finish line to see if I could drag out the start of this race. You can't. Nothing you can do about it. So what I'll do is I'll run really fast, make sure that I've got enough time. And as I get to the end of the lap, if I've got a lot of time left on my clock, I'm going to use it up and let a few people pass me back if I can. Although I'm in first place. Oh, well then I'll get my time really close to the required time. That's the only other thing you can do. So the only time you can do bot slowing is when you are at or above recommended PR. So that means stage 1, that's it. That's the only chance I've got to get in some bot slowing. Everything after this is bot management, trying to keep the targets low, but you can't lower them anymore if you are below recommended PR, which I will be for the rest of this event. For stage 2, well, we'll see. They might have a PR requirement for the last race of stage 1. We'll find that out pretty quickly. So here we go. I've got quite a lot of time left. I'm just going to drag it out. I don't want to do this race twice, but I'll just drag it out and take my time getting to the line, letting a few guys unlap themselves. Yeah, ooh boy, I was cutting that kind of close, wasn't I? But there we go. All right, get paid. First place? Why would you give me? Oh, because I got the best time. Oh well, I still got the time as low as I could, really. Okay, so again, I've got no upgrades and I have no servicing. And check this out. So what I was going to do is do the old school bot slowing attempt, where I drive backwards for a lap until I run out of time. And we're doing this fast because this is I end up doing a different strategy here. So my clock's going to run out pretty soon. And then I wanted to see if that was going to lower the targets. And, well, it does. But what about if I just keep quitting and retrying? This is what you're seeing, the really short version of that. Now, you can't get it too low, but this is me just quitting and retrying. There's lots of other screens there, but I'm giving you the fast version. So that's it. That's all I had to do to get my target lower. That is bot slowing. Old school bot slowing. I'm surprised it worked. It wouldn't let me get the target any lower than this. I did try quite a few more times, even tried exiting the race and getting back into it. And this is just going to be a smash and bash nasty thing. So I thought, we'll just go zipping through this. You don't need to be seeing all this necessarily. It's incredibly easy without any upgrades and without any servicing. So no problems at stage 1. Lower the targets as much as you can, and that's going to help you for going forward. Ooh, McLaren P1 GTR. That was one of my favorite cars. But honestly, this Aston Martin Valhalla, I think it might already be outperforming that car. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the grip is superior. Base grip in this car is superior to a P1 GTR. Like, come on, that's kind of shocking. So I'm loving this car. Strangely enough, I'm going to end up fully upgrading this car. Well, there we go. Clock's running down, and that's it. That's the end of stage 1. So we'll take a look at the rewards screen here. These are my race rewards, but then I mean the end of stage 1 rewards and the closing out screens. No upgrades, no servicing. I'll service right now. So, thanks for joining me today as we finish this off. Please like, please subscribe, and keep joining me for the rest of this series. I'll be putting them out as soon as I can. I had some other stuff I had to do tonight, so that's why this is coming out kind of late. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Bye-bye.